Abir, hi.
Yeah, hello. How are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm very, very well. What about you?
I'm doing great. I mean, today I'm really excited about today's session.
Right. Listen, it's great to see you here. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we're going to have a conversation and talk about some different topics. I'd like to begin with you, Abir. Tell us a bit about where you and where you're from.
Well, my full name is Abir Ahmed. You can also call me Abir, and I'm from Bangladesh, South Asia. And I live in the city called Khulna, which is in the southern part of my country. And you can say this an industrial area also.
Right. Okay. And what do you do in Khulna?
Well, presently I'm a first year undergraduate student and I'm studying in the Department of Business Administration. And that's really great to listen Kulna from you.
Right.
I guess, I guess
Right. First year undergraduate student. So, and you're doing business administration. Why did you choose that subject?
well, I'm really passionate about that. Down the road, I have a plan to being an entrepreneur. And that's why if I'm doing business administration right now, maybe that will help me a bit. And that's why I chose that. I'm really passionate about that basically.
Do you enjoy your classes?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, if I need to speak specifically, then marketing. Marketing fascinates me a lot. And for
Right.
this reason, I chose business administration.
Right. Fantastic. That's great. Let's look at some really useful phrases Abir uses. When I asked him, why did you choose that subject? He said, I'm really passionate about that, right? To be passionate about something is to love something, right? It can be a hobby, subject, work, study. You can have different phrases going up in strength. You can say, I like that. I'm into that. I'm passionate about that. I'm mad about that. He also says, marketing fascinates me. Something fascinates me. It interests me a lot, really a lot, right? We could say education fascinates me. Teaching fascinates me. Can you say that? Fascinates. Great. What fascinates you? Lovely. Another beautiful phrase, it's idiomatic that Abir uses is down the road, I have a plan to do something. Down the road doesn't mean, well, there, it means in the future, right? Down the road, in the future. Down the road, I want to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, somebody who works for themselves and starts a business, right? Down the road, I want to do something. What do you want to do down the road? Lovely. Let's move on. Now, you mentioned you're from Khulna, which is in the south. Did you say it was in the south of Bangladesh?
For sure,
Right.
Sam.
Okay. I'm interested about transport in your city. What kind of public transport do you have?
Well, in my country, basically, if I talk about public transports, then we have buses and trains, and our government has already introduced MRT and LRT, and there's a pretty convenient means of travel, I would say.
Right. And what about you? How do you get around the city?
Well, it depends. I mean, when I just need to get around my city or there's a short distance, then I choose public transport. And when I just need to get away from it all or I'm traveling somewhere else, I choose private transportation because it's really comfortable, I would say.
Right. When you mention public transport, then, so does that mean that you take the bus? Do you take the train?
It depends. I mean, sometimes I take the bus or sometimes it's train. I mean, it depends on the purpose I'm dealing with, basically.
Right. Okay. Here, where I live in Santander, we have quite a good public transport system. We have buses. The only problem with buses is they do get very, very crowded, especially in the rush hour. What's it like in your city?
Well, It's same here because our country is an overpopulated country, and public transport is pretty affordable, and for this reason, like it's a bustling city, and sometimes people get crowded there as well. We face the same issue.
Right, the same thing. And here, the government's investing a lot in improving the transport. How do you think the transport system will change in the future in your city?
I have been mulling over this a lot recently, and I guess, the way people are gathering in different public transportation or public places, the government can introduce some flyovers. They can also impose strict laws to just to decrease unlicensed vehicles. That will be pretty convenient for the pedestrians or the people who are traveling. And another thing I will say, our government has taken some of the initiatives, and we are waiting when they will get on with all this.
Hoping that it happens sooner rather than later, right? Right. Talking about transport, Abir uses some really nice phrases. I asked him, how do you get around your city? Right? How do you move around the city? He said, if I need to get away from it all, then he takes the bus or takes the train. To get away from it all is idiomatic, and it means really to escape the noise and activity of a city. To get away from it all. Nice expression. He then uses adverbs really well. He says something is really comfortable. He said the price is pretty affordable. Really nice. It's a simple way to make your answers more beautiful, right? Use adverbs. Really comfortable instead of very comfortable. Instead of very affordable, it's pretty affordable. You can say it's fairly affordable. It's quite affordable, or even it's reasonably affordable. These adverbs are really good. He also uses adjectives really effectively. He talks about it's a bustling city. Bustling. There's a T, but you don't pronounce the T. Bustling. This means to be very busy and active in a positive way, right? You can also say it's a buzzing city. Bustling. Buzzing with a Z, a voiced Z, a buzzing city, like the buzz of the bee. Or even, it's a vibrant city. Very nice. Be careful if you say it's a crowded city or it's a noisy city. These are both slightly negative, right? Whereas bustling, buzzing, and vibrant are positive. Great. I go on to ask Abir, how will public transport change in the future down the road, right? He says, I've been mulling over this a lot recently. To mull over something is to think about something carefully, right? And he uses the present perfect continuous. Very nice. I've been mulling over this a lot recently. I've been thinking about it. Lovely. He then uses some expressions because he's talking about the government. Very often when we're asked about changes in the future, you may talk about what the government is doing. He says the government should impose strict laws. Very nice collocation. Impose strict laws, which is to establish some strong laws. He says the government has taken some initiatives. So to take an initiative is to begin to do something that they should do, right? The government has taken some initiatives. Very nice. Let's carry on. Fantastic. I guess in most cities, a key part of transportation in the future is investing in technology. And I'm interested in technology in your country. Have there been many changes in technology in recent years?
Yeah, it has already changes because for last 2 years, we have been running up against great difficulties in terms of education. Because after COVID, what happened that all the education system is now online based, and our teachers were not that much capable because that was in the earlier stage. but we face great amount of issues. And our government currently is working, as students, we are also working to skill up our technological knowledge and other things. Because there's the era of cutting edge technologies. Without technology, you cannot do a single day.
Mhm. And how do you hone your skills around technology?
Well, what I do, I take different kind of online courses. That's the first thing. And sometimes to brush up on my skills, I practice. I try to make some tutorials on YouTube. I try by my own. And sometimes I also try to teach my friends because, teaching is the best way to practice. And I'm trying to do that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I totally agree. The best way to learn something is actually to teach it. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Do you think that technology makes our lives easier or harder?
I would say easier because due to the blessings of technology, we are having different things like automated, and that's why we don't need to think much. And once in a blue moon nowadays, I just take notes or note down my, to-do list. Now I'm doing that due to the blessings of technology. I have online to-do list planner, and that's how the way technology is helping us. It's reducing our stress and workload. We can just make things done, or we can get things done easily than before, I will say.
Right. Now, earlier we were talking about technology and older people. I was saying I'm 55. I'm getting on. I'm not a spring chicken. Do you think that technology poses challenges for older people?
Obviously, it is. Older people find it really difficult. As I have mentioned, that it's kind of rocket science for them because they are from an age where they didn't face that kind of technology. Their upbringing wasn't like that. And now they have to adapt all the new things. They have to adapt all this. And you are a smart guy. That's why you could do that in our country. And there are some silver surfers in our country. They're trying to do that. But I will not say they're an expert about it. They're trying really hard.
Right. I'm very proud to be a silver server.